Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my August haul and favorites. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Sometimes when I go through the month and I feel like maybe I didn't pick up as much, all of a sudden there's a promotion or some kind of sale, and that happened in 3 places where I typically shop. So I was able to get a discount on most of the things that I picked up this time, most of them. So Sephora was of course one of those places, Saks Fifth Avenue, and also Colorescience had a nice promo going. So usually I have a mix of new items plus things I've been loving, but mostly I think I have new things this time, and just a couple of favorite items that were previously purchased or previously gifted to me. Starting off with these Chantecaille eye colors, they came out with a whole new collection benefiting various organizations along the way. So we've got the lion color, and this is in golden copper. I'll leave more information below about which organizations they paired with, but they went with each of the animals. So this is the lion. It's a beautiful coppery color. I cannot wait to try these. Actually, I've had them for a little while and haven't even had time to open them. I also picked up the color giraffe in the burnished bronze color. Also very stunning. I was also interested in that rhino color, and Michelle Wong was nice enough to swatch that for me and send it to me on Instagram so I could take a look at it. So I may pick that one up as well. I also looked at the cheek gelée. That also looks really pretty. It's a little bit cooler. I do like the lively shade that they have, but I was interested in that, and then there were a couple of lip colors. So we'll see which ones I pick along the way, but I'll definitely do a look with these and some other products. I picked up quite a few face products this time, unintentionally. I just kind of go down a rabbit hole when it comes to something I'm interested in. So I picked up a few skin tints. I picked up this Armani Prima Color Control Glow Moisturizer. It's SPF 35. And I had read about this, but it was kind of like a difficult product to find. In fact, Angela in Italy, she was interested in this product as well, and she went to her shops there, and they said they don't carry it anymore in Italy because it didn't, I guess, sell well. So that kind of gives me an indication of kind of how it's gonna go. I did try this side by side with another new skin tint that I picked up, and this one was from Sephora. Okay, so this was from Saks Fifth Avenue, and then these were from Sephora, and I shopped their sale, of course. I think like most people wasn't expecting it to happen around this time, so I wasn't really prepared to shop it, but there were some items I did want to try. So I picked up the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in Illuminating. So before I purchased these, I got samples of the illuminating and then the non-illuminating, which has more colors in it. I think this one has 6 or so shades in it, and I picked up Warm Radiance and Golden Radiance. And interestingly enough, I thought this was going to be too light. So then I picked this up as well to adjust it, but now I think they're both too deep for me. So this is, I'm gonna say, pretty tricky to color match, even if you go in the shop, because I did go in the shop and I still feel like I need to go 1 or 2 even shades lighter. So I'm gonna try and get the other one that's actually the correct shade for me and swatch as many as I can for you when I do a look with this. I have it on right now, but I also have some concealer on with it. But this has been a bit of a game-changing item for me. I know some people are not thrilled with the chemical SPF in here, but it does have SPF 30, I meant to say that. But it has a game-changing effect just because of some of the discoloration I deal with. But I have been wearing it every day since I've had it. Yeah, can't wait to share that with you. So speaking of game-changing items, there's this new product I picked up from Charlotte Tilbury. It looks like it would be a powder, but it's actually their color corrector, and I picked up it in 2 medium. And I just got that color based on the advice of the person I was working with at Nordstrom to color match. They didn't have these out as testers yet, but she thought this would be the best color match, and it has worked like an eraser. So really impressed with the texture so far. I've only worn it a couple of times, but there's a certain skin-like quality that I look for when it comes to any concealers or any color correctors that I put on, because I am applying it to an area that has a lot of texture. Actually, it has the most texture on all parts of my skin. It's right here where there are the most pores. So I'm able to really test out whether this emphasizes any texture or not, because I am applying it to that area where I'm most texture prone. Is that a thing? But been really impressed with this. And of course, I had to also pick up the foundation. I haven't even opened it yet. But I was color matching, just like this. Laura Mercier actually I forgot to mention with the Laura Mercier, my color match online was way, way lighter. I think it was the second to the lightest shade, which is unusual for me. So I feel like I really appreciate the color matching that they offer online, but I still feel like it's not accurate. In fact, I tried to color match this online on the Charlotte Tilbury site, and it was like ranging from 6 to 10, and it was all over the place based on the current foundations I used. So I thought, let me just wait and pick up the right color because this could be going on forever just trying to color match. So the associate picked 7 Warm. They had it available for color matching at Nordstrom, but not the product yet. You could pre-order it, but I ordered online on Charlotte Tilbury, so 7 Warm. There is a deal on charlottetilbury.com if you wanted to order this together, and I think there might be a couple other bundles where there's a bit of a discount when you order them together. So just know that in case you're interested, that it is a little bit of a better deal to buy them together. I talked about color correcting and getting a little bit more of that peach in there. So I did pick up this by Terry powder. This one it's a CC brightening powder in Apricot Glow 3, and I have that on now as well. So I've been testing that out really to see how it compares kind of to the Hourglass powder that I've been using, and also that new new to me, Guerlain Meteorites that I've been using. And thank you again for the feedback on that. That medium probably is a better shade, and I agree with you, especially now. And I'm just surprised again at how light I'm having to go in some of my colors. Yeah, definitely have lost my tan now. Another product I picked up from a brand that I haven't really used before, I don't think, but it's by Sisley. And I picked this up in that Saks Fifth Avenue promo, and I picked it up in the shade 11. It's that beautiful coppery shade. I actually have it on right now, and I have it on with a couple of other pencils that I picked up from Nars that I love, but this is beautiful. So I did hear that by Terry was discontinuing the Ombre Black Star. I think someone was able to confirm, actually Eleni, was it you who let me know? It might have been, because you seem to be up on all of that, but I believe they're discontinuing them. So this is a really nice alternative. It's not the same. It's the Ombre Black Stars are a little bit more evident in terms of their level of shimmer. This is more refined, but like I said, I have it on now. It's not as reflective, but it's still very beautiful. So I really like this. It kind of reminds me of the Clé de Peau one that I had that's like in a brownish shade. It's their eye pot color, but this is still a bit lighter and also a bit less brown because it's more of a coppery color. So enjoying that quite a bit. And before I forget, I just wanted to talk about my one fashion favorite this month. It's an accessory, and I want to talk about it because I know I'll forget just because I'm wearing them. They are these earrings. They're by Sabika, and the reason I have them is because my good friend Jill Christ sells these, and she wanted, in addition to being a doctor and doing YouTube, she also sells jewelry. So she wanted to just gift these to me because she thought I'd like them. So I wanted to give you a little bit of information. She has sent a card with all this information on it, but what I thought was really neat about it is that it is handmade by artisans in Austria using Swarovski crystals, and because they're handmade, they're limited in quantity. So I just wanted to show these to you. They're in the fall winter collection. There were some really other cool pieces, like she's wearing some in one of her videos where it's like a drop down with the crystals and then a little circle, and I thought those were really cute. But I will leave her information below too if you'd like to pick these up. So thank you, Jill. I really appreciate it. It was so sweet of you to send these to me, and I wanted to make sure to mention these. Okay, let's keep going. Speaking of those pencils I mentioned, these are the Nars pencils I picked up. One has got a really beautiful shimmer in it, and it's a brownish color. I know how I said brown and black eyeliner are kind of like not exciting, but I was looking for one that was kind of shimmery. I can't remember why I started gravitating towards brown. I think it was maybe all these coppery colors that I'm bringing in. I feel like maybe still a little bit stark next to it sometimes. So I brought in this beautiful Nars shade, and I'm trying to turn it around to find out what it's called. This one's in Mulholland Drive. And then I also, it was funny, I swatched this, I picked it up at Sephora, and I also swatched another pencil, and then I was looking at it on the way out after I paid for everything I was gonna buy. And then I wanted to go back and get it, but it was like too much of a hassle to go back, so I actually Went back the next day to pick it up, and this one's in Mambo, and it's a beautiful warm brown color. Almost has a burgundy hue to it, and I know Mandy Davis said it's one of her favorite pencils as well. Hi Mandy, if you're watching. But she has beautiful blue eyes, so I can see this really great on brown and blue eyes because it's got that warmth to it. I did get a question, does it smudge? I'm not gonna say that it stays totally in place, although I don't have a smudging problem in general, so no noticeable smudging, but it also doesn't stay completely put for 12 hours or however long you want to wear it. I know that Mandy said she smudges it out as well, so I hope that answers your question. It's not smudge prone, I guess I would say, but it does have a little bit of movement. It's not like a waterproof formula that stays put all day long. So it does say long wear eyeliner. I did pick up some more skincare. SK2, I always pick this one up because I like this facial treatment essence, and it's the same price to get this, and then there's like a mask in here with it. So I feel like it's just a better deal, although now I have like 3 of these masks I've never used. I need to start using masks. I don't know why I don't use them, but I don't. They just kind of pile up. So I'll make sure to try to use them. Before I keep going, I do have another update on this. And now I hit my pillow. I have a Tempur-Pedic pillow that I put it on, which also helps me get a better night's sleep because my neck is in the correct position. But I did put the silk pillowcase that I received last month on it, and I've been using it since. My hair is not totally perfect because I didn't style it today. I wanted you to see what it looks like when I do my regular routine. So I take a shower at night and I kind of let it air dry, and then I sleep on it. So I slept on this pillow, of course, with my hair like this, and I just ran a little bit of styling oil through it so you can see how not frizzy it is. What can happen on a cotton pillowcase is my hair will get kind of like frizzy. As I've gotten older, it's a little bit more coarse and a little bit more wiry, so it can have the same effect like humidity and any kind of like movement on it as say curlier hair would have, although I don't get the curl. So it can get frizzy and kind of tangly. So I did sleep on this last night. Like I said, I just brushed my hair and then put some oil in it. And so I really feel like this makes a difference with my hair in terms of keeping it smooth at night. So yeah, one of the claims is that it helps hair from becoming frizzy while preventing breakage, and ultimately locks in moisture, leaving your hair shiny and soft. So, I mean, this is as shiny and soft as my hair is gonna get without styling it. So blow dry or blow out is really the best way to get the smoothest hair, but I think that's pretty good. And anything I can do to keep from using heat on my hair helps keep it healthy. So if I don't have to style it because the pillow helps keep everything kind of smooth, then that's better for my hair overall. It also says sleeping on silk helps retain moisture for skin, meaning you get the maximum beauty sleep and anti-aging benefits like wrinkle prevention, which I think is kind of funny because I'm one of those people who, if I sleep on just a regular pillowcase that has wrinkles in it, I will have creases in my face for many hours after I wake up. So it'll be the middle of the day and I still have a crease in my face from the pillow. But this fabric lays so smoothly that I don't have it wrinkling, so I don't have as much of that issue on my face because yeah, I get a good night's sleep. It also has those great benefits of being hypoallergenic and free of harmful chemicals. If you're wondering about this pillowcase, I know some of you were, I would definitely recommend it. I'm glad I have it, so thank you very much for sending it to me. Again, the company's name, I think I said it, it's My Kind of Silk. MYK Silk. They also sell sleepwear. I actually wanted to order a pair of the pajamas. They have like short sleeve with shorts. Now that I know how nice it is to sleep with a silk pillowcase, I can only imagine what the pajamas would be like. So I did want to order them, but they were out. Just know that the discount code, and I'll include it again below, is 15% off. I don't get any commission or anything like that. It's just a discount that is extended to you. But go ahead and use that if you wanted to order. As soon as I get that shorts pajama set in, I'll probably be ordering that as well. So one of the keys to getting great night's sleep, I think, is that fabric that breathes. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on their site for when those pajamas come back myself. I picked up another Clé de Peau concealer, but this time I picked it up in Mocha. So I love honey, but Mocha is just a little bit cooler. Honey is tending to look a little bit too yellow on me. Again, not sure why. So my skin tone is looking a little bit more pinkish these days. So it's just kind of an interesting thing to watch my skin evolve over time, because it does tend to shift in terms of shade and color. So I picked that up as well. I know I shared this as an item that I received from Influencer. It is this Lancome Le Monochromatique, I think, and I showed it to you on Instagram as well. I did a little look, and my sister saw it, and she actually took a snapshot of it, and when we were in town at the same place together, she said, can we go pick that up, because she really liked how it looked, and we tried it on her too, and it looked really pretty. I've been really just using this and tapping it on my eyes and then also my lips. Not the best, I think, for the cheeks. It's so highly pigmented and it really clings, so it's a little bit hard to blend it into the cheek area. But what I've been doing, if I apply it and it looks a little bit patchy, because it can do that, just be gentle with it, light-handed, and then I take a buffing brush and just buff some powder over it, and then it just helps it kind of meld into everything else. But I will be doing a look with this just because I think it's so pretty. It's got a really beautiful cranberry tone with almost like a coppery shift on top of it. Very subtle, but just, it's beautiful. So I'm really thankful to have had the chance to try this, because I don't think I knew about this product. So it's really pretty. So I'll do a look with that combined with some of the other skin products that I picked up, the foundations or the skin tints. I'll put something together. So Colorescience is another company that had a great promotion. I think it was 30% off. And of course I had to pick up my Even Up. I wear this every day. SPF 50, it does 3 things. It brightens, protects, and corrects. I think I've talked about this so many times I didn't read it on there, but I'm pretty sure those are the 3 things it does. And I have seen a marked difference in my skin in terms of evening out the tone, that in conjunction with a lot of other things. So I've been really good about using that every day, in addition to all the skincare that I do to even everything out. And so I think it's making a difference. I mean, it's a very slow process, but I do see improvement. I also picked up this, and it's 3, I think you get 3 in here, brush on 3-piece multi-pack, and I got it in medium. So I also did pick up the Supergoop one in, what do they call it, in deep, and I mixed these 2 for the correct color. This is too dark for me, but it's got a really beautiful warm tan color. Their tan color, I think the one that's more deep than this is called tan, is too cool toned. It's almost gray on me. So what's interesting is that the light color in this one is too cool. Yeah, the light one in this one's too cool, but their medium is nice and warm. So these are the 2 warmer shades. So the medium in Colorescience is nice and warm, and the deep in the Supergoop is nice and warm. So I'll mix these together. I also got a question, do I use the brush? No, I don't like the brush on this one, and I don't like the brush on this one. I think that both of them lift my makeup off. So if you have that trouble, what I do is I just decant it into a different, like another container that holds powder, and I use a brush and I just apply it. I know it's only during the morning, and I think the general rule now is to recommend application every 2 hours. So in like a desperate situation, I will use this and apply it, but I know it just will mess with my makeup. So yeah, it's kind of a compromise. But if I do that, I will mix those 2 powders together and use that brush. But when I can, I don't use it in the brush. I use it as a loose powder, because it just, yeah, it messes with my makeup. I also picked up another staple, the Total Eye 3-in-1 SPF 35. I sold my mom on it. My sister-in-law now uses it, and it's one of those things that I will apply every day just for that sun protection. It's got a little bit of color correcting. Reminds me of a Dermalogica product I used, I want to say 25 years, no, 20 years ago, a long time ago, but it was like a salmony colored eye product that I patted underneath my eyes. Same shade kind of effect on it. Same kind of effect with color correcting, although I don't need a whole lot of color correcting. In fact, I've gone out with that as my concealer. It came with this as well. It's a face shield SPF 50, and I haven't used this before, so I'm curious to see how it works on me, but I do use the Even Up. So I'm not quite sure when I would use this, maybe swimming? I don't know, I'm not quite sure. I wanted to try their powder foundation, so I did pick it up. They had a couple of, I think it was nice they offered a couple undertones in this, but this is medium sand, it's SPF 20, and I actually have that on now. So I used the Laura Mercier illuminating skin tint, then I put a little concealer on, and then I went over in this. So I think it looks really nice. For me, this performs better than the Bare Minerals one. Yeah, I did not get along with that. That one kind of brought out texture in my skin. So I bought it and then I never used it because it didn't look good. But this one looks very nice. This is a really pretty one. So I was happy with that. I picked this up and I ordered it a long time ago from Neiman Marcus and it never arrived. So now I want to know what happened to that order. But it is a pomade stick. And I had something like this a long time ago and it was difficult to find, but it's by R&Co. And what it is, it looks like a little deodorant stick, but it's for your hair. So I have these flyaways all the time. And as much as I spray them down with hairspray, they just don't want to behave. So it's, again, kind of wiry when it's a little bit shorter and when they're growing in. So I take this and I just smooth it down and it holds the hair in place. It doesn't feel, let me see, does it feel sticky? No, it doesn't really feel that sticky, so no, it doesn't feel sticky at all. Maybe I didn't put that much, but it doesn't have a very heavy residue to it either. So if you have flyaway hairs like me, especially on the top of my hair, I have lots of little like hair sticking up when it's short. This does a really good job. For another skincare product, I picked up the Peter Thomas Roth. This is the one that I thought, what does this do? Your anti-aging cleansing gel. But ever since I've been using it as part of my routine, in addition to everything else, my skin has gotten more smooth and also has evened out in skin tone. So it's just something that I continue to use because I like the results with everything I'm using together. So if you're wondering about this, I just leave it on a little bit longer though. I don't just apply it and then rinse it off. I apply it in for about a minute before I even consider rinsing it off. That way I feel like it's acting on my skin a little bit more. But it does, of course, caution you to make sure you use SPF because it makes you sensitive to the sun because it is exfoliating. And I've been reading about how the physical exfoliants are not as great for your skin as a chemical exfoliant. For me, it's less harsh to use this on my skin. I have been using this Clé de Peau. Oh, look at that. It's very sad looking. It's the Clé de Peau Radiant Corrector for Eyes in Mocha. And I actually use this under my eyes in lieu of concealer and also on my darker areas on my face or any area on my face I want to conceal. It's kind of like between a concealer and a highlighter, almost like the, what am I thinking of? It's the YSL one. I know you know what I'm talking about. Touche Éclat. It's kind of like that. It's between a concealer and Touche Éclat in terms of its consistency and actually in what it does. So it kind of conceals and not highlights, but it illuminates just a little bit. It's really beautiful. I like the consistency of it. It doesn't have anything shimmery in there, but it does have a certain glow about it. So what I'll do this month is I will be using these items together. So I may use the Laura Mercier with the new Sisley product I have and the Nars. And I'm also going to be using these beautiful Chantecaille products. Not quite sure what I should use it with yet, if I should use it with this. Haven't decided the combination yet, but I will definitely be putting looks together and featuring them that way because I think you like it when I put more products in one video, is what I'm guessing. Let me know if I'm right about that. But I noticed when I use a few different products and show you how to use them, you prefer that. But let me know. Because sometimes, I mean, traditionally, I've been doing one product videos. I've done that since the beginning. Actually, I think we're on year 3. Somewhere around here, I can look back. So it is year 3 already. So for the longest time, I featured one item per video. But I think you like to see several items in a video. Let me know what you prefer. And I also think that you like to see me apply them. But let me know if you'd like to see anything different. I'd be happy to try that out. And that is it. So if you picked up any of these things or have specific questions about anything I picked up, please let me know what those are. I would love to hear what your questions are and what you picked up. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Colorescience is another, hello, let's speak. Colorescience is another, Oh, I picked up for another skin, and I've just dipped into it a little bit. I still have to take what was I gonna say?